A red, white, and blue patriotic firearm that you love because it had a special Cerakote finish on it. No good in Michigan anymore. Hey there, friends. Thanks for checking in. I want to share with you what happened recently with a contact that was made to me by the ATF. It started last week. We followed up just yesterday in regard to some serial numbers. Now, if the ATF shows up at your door, most of the time, especially if you're a law-abiding person, it's not a big deal. People tend to freak out over it and say, oh, they're coming to put me away. Nobody wants to put you away. If you're a law-abiding person, most of the time, it's because of a clerical error. Now they're using the phone to prevent the safety of the ATF agents going to people's homes because individuals tend to freak out. If you're law-abiding, don't worry about it, okay? So the guy called me, and he said, we need to clarify a few things because there were some clerical errors. I said, what state do you have me living in? He said, Michigan. I said, I moved out of Michigan 6 months ago. But he needed to do his job. He said, I'm just trying to cross you off the list, okay? But he said, I will tell you, sir, you have one nice firearm collection. How do you know that? You should know what I have. Well, let me tell you, for the last 6 months, everything that I have taken in terms of firearms, he has no clue of. But prior to that, at least for handguns anyhow, he knows a lot about what I have because Michigan has, and have for a long time, handgun registration. So not only do you have to register your handguns, but it goes on a state database, which gives him that information. We know registration is the first step toward confiscation. I wasn't worried about that. However, in 2023, they expanded it to long guns, along with red flag laws, Safe Storage Act. I think we should be safely storing our firearms, but with children present, then it would be against the law if they weren't stored, all right, as if we don't have responsibility enough for our property. Anyhow, we took care of this minor business. Super cool guy, nice guy, wasn't trying to give me a hard time, needed to check me off the list of things that were going on that were clerical errors, and that's exactly what they were. So that brings me to another topic I want to talk about, because people are wondering in Michigan why they are having a declining population. Michigan is one of the top 10 states in which the population is declining, and this is why. One of the reasons, and one of the main reasons why I got out of there, and I moved an hour south to the free state of Ohio, and that is because of the registration, the red flag laws, the direction of the state of Michigan, run by 3 women who are screwing up the state. All are liberals, including the governor, the House, and the Senate. Well, now, during a lame duck Congress, because the Republicans took over the House, 24, they're trying to jam through more gun laws. The one I'm about to share from you, I guarantee you've never heard of it. It is not even a law in California. It has never been done before, but they're trying to jam it through so that they can call it gun safety measures and explain to everybody how many lives they saved and how they're going to save your life and mine and keep us all in a better and more safe environment to prevent mass shootings. But this one fails to do that, and it's called a regulation of the finish of a firearm. They have what they're calling government-approved colors in which a firearm can be Cerakoted. Shotgun, doesn't matter. The government has to approve, and here are the colors. Black, brown, dark gray. Brown would fall under flat dark earth too. Dark green and silver. Anything other than that cannot be owned, cannot be transported, cannot be used, cannot be sold, cannot be traded. A red, white, and blue patriotic firearm that you love because it had a special Cerakote finish on it, no good in Michigan anymore. You could go to jail for a year and a $500 fine if this passes. This is Michigan. This is why the population is declining. Because of stupid stuff like this that's going to help or save nobody. And yet, these people are feeling brilliant and they're feeling the power because they were so successful in their anti-gun tirade in 2023 that they want to jam through more and explain how they're saving us. Another one is they want to ban bump stocks. Bump stocks used to be a thing about 10 years ago. I haven't seen or heard or anybody with anything to do with bump stocks. It originally was banned. It was brought back. You never hear of them. I don't see any companies coming out with these new bump stocks. The way I see it, nobody cares. It's old news. But they want to say, oh, we're going to ban bump stocks. Also, ghost guns. Let me tell you something. Don't ever use the word ghost guns. It's a made-up term, much like the gun show loophole. Totally made-up term. There's no gun show loophole, and there's no ghost guns. People have been building guns in America since the foundation of this country. But when the Second Amendment was even passed, people were building guns, and they have been doing that ever since. But now they want to regulate and say these are illegal, and mandatory checks and registration of all firearms. You got a new shotgun, you may have just traded your buddy. Paperwork. Not in Ohio. I don't see this in Ohio. Nowhere to be found. Anything I've gotten in the last 6 months, no ATF agent, because the 4473 is supposed to go bye-bye once the next check comes back, proceed. It's not supposed to be out there for somebody else to follow up on and say, what is this guy? Now, the FFL dealer, wherever it was transferred, they have to hold on to that paperwork. But a paper trail electronically should not happen. But it does in Michigan. So you have these whack jobs that are trying to jam this stuff through. And there is more, but the penalties are unbelievable. So what they said with the regulated finish on it, they said, we will allow you to keep them. We allow you to keep them. This is the way they talk. We will allow you. And guess who is exempt, by the way? Legislators. If you're a government official, you're exempt from the finish on your handgun, or rifle or shotgun. You're exempt of all that. But if you are not a government official, then you could go to, they say, prison. They want to make it a felony. This is how whacked out these people are. And so the ATF contacted me. It actually motivated me to make this video because he knew exactly what I had. Did not know the law on guns, but for somebody living there now, to follow the law, you have to register every firearm that you own, and that is an infringement on your rights, the Second Amendment, very much anti-freedom, anti-gun, but very pro-liberal, and very soon, that's going to change. If you like videos like this, please subscribe and share. I always appreciate thumbs up button. Thanks for watching, and you guys be safe.